I'm Jason Bangerter. I'm the executive chef at Luma restaurant at the Bell Lightbox in Toronto. You know, it's hard to pick your first food memory. I mean, I've got a lot. I think if I could narrow it down, I've got two really vivid food memories, and both of them have to do with my grandparents. The first food memory that I have is picking wild berries in Northern Ontario with my dad's side of the family, my grandparents, out on a lake at their cottage. And it's all has to do, actually both have to do with cottage life and family. So picking wild blueberries and having that with milk for breakfast in Sudbury. And my other food memory is digging clams with my grandparents in Nova Scotia when the tide's out on the ocean. I think both those kind of harvest and enjoy as a family was very interactive and very easy for a young child to remember. I think, you know, not very often you get to bring your pail out to the sandbar, dig up clams, and then bring them back and boil them for lunch. So I think those are two of my more vivid memories. Well, I think there's a very wide variety of outlets for inspiration. I think the main inspiration is probably season. You know, when I sit in my office at home, I have a big bay window in front of me, and I look out at a forest across the street. And as the seasons change, you know, I sit there and definitely start thinking about different food items for different seasons. You know, now we're getting into spring, so we're thinking about, you know, beautiful young new vegetables and light textures. You know, sweet peas, morels, wild leeks. Right now, that's a very big part of what I'm thinking about when developing menus. Whereas in the fall, you know, you're looking at game and squash, and that season is a big part of it. I think as well, you know, I'm inspired by my staff. I'm inspired by the young cooks and things that they're interested in. They bring a lot of things to the table and are excited about a lot of things some things that maybe I'm not even familiar with. So. I always try to implement something like that's new and exciting and of interest of my staff to the menu when developing menus as well. Being a part of the Bell Lightbox has always been a big inspiration. You know, there's so many film and documentary shorts that have to do with food, and it was a no-brainer. It's a perfect match. You know, to be able to take the experience of seeing a great film and then carry that experience on by having guests come to the dining room or us go to the theater with something that's inspired by that film. It elongates the experience and brings the experience to a whole new level. And I think that you know, something as simple as we open up the restaurant with an opera cake as an homage to theater with popcorn ice cream and chocolate pop rocks and fun kind of candy store type ingredients. You know, to something like right now I'm working on a new burrata, fresh buffalo mozzarella dish, and one of the condiments I'm using is green goddess dressing, which was invented for an actor actually. So, you know, it's something that is always in the back of my mind, and along with making dishes that are inspired by film, you know, we definitely keep that in the back of our mind. On the menu currently, what is my favorite thing to make? Yeah, that's tough. I've always loved making soups. I've always loved doing sauces. I spend a lot of time as a saucier. So butchery, even just butchery, I find very relaxing and one of the things I enjoy a lot in the kitchen. If I had to pick a dish, I would say right now one of my favorite dishes to cook is the ricotta nudi, which is also one of our most popular dishes on the menu. I'm a big truffle freak, and there's a whole lot of truffle that goes on in that dish, and it's a pleasure to make and a pleasure to eat, so I'll pick that one for this time. There's a lot more now that is accessible, and there's many more ways to reach out and connect with guests and colleagues. You know, I like to have fun with it. I like to play with people. I like to invite people. there's not a specific clientele that comes to the restaurant here. I want to cook for everyone, and I'll do my best to make everybody happy. And if someone tweets at me saying, you know, you don't have this on the menu, I would like to have this tonight, if I can get it, there'll be a surprise when that person comes in, because I find that a useful tool, and that's the type of chef that I am. You know, I'm here for the guest. At home, I think there's twice a year maybe where I cook a big extravagant dinner at home. Most of the time, I'm just happy to eat whatever what other people are making. But I'm very lucky that I have both sets of parents that are fantastic cooks, my parents and my wife's parents, and you know, special occasions are normally cooked by the in-laws or my parents, which I don't complain. I think that's fantastic. It's nice. I do cook Christmas Eve at my house, and I go big there. But aside from that, when I cook at home, what I like to eat when I'm not at work is very simple, rustic type food. I am happy sitting down with a perfectly cooked bowl of pasta with fresh tomatoes, basil, and Parmesan cheese, a nice glass of red wine, and some crusty bread. That to me is that's my dish. That's what I eat when I'm not in the kitchen. Eating out, you know, guilty pleasures and I guess food that I don't normally cook. I'm always up for a little late night Chinese. Gotta have late night Chinese.